Okay, it's working, I think. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, so basically this is my attempt at throwing up an overlay in OBS while Mike is asleep. So yeah, welcome to question mark question mark question mark and the Hatman, also known as the Hatman Show, as you can clearly see. While we wait for Boomer Micah Curtis to get here, let me repost the link in there. Okay, just so everyone knows where to go to. Yeah. So, hey, you guys. This is the Hatman Show, I guess. While we wait on again, Boomer Gorilla Micah Curtis to wake up from his nap. Yeah, Mike is asleep. Yeah, he's asleep. Why he's asleep, I don't know. So yeah. Here we go. This is it. And Brainbox, I forgot I modded you here. That's actually hilarious. Cool. Anyway, hi everybody. I don't know what to talk about. I just thought I'd entertain y'all since there's no Micah and the Hatman right now, and you were kind of owed Micah and the Hatman almost half an hour ago. We wake Micah up by hot takes. Maybe. I don't know. So playing Resident Evil for 6 hours, I don't know. I don't know if that's the reason why. But nevertheless, he's not here. So now you have to deal with me. And just in case we actually do the podcast, I really don't want to cover all the topics that we were going to have on the agenda for the podcast today. So I don't know if this will be like impromptu Q&A or not, but right now that looks like the best option. I guess we're just gonna bullshit. I suppose so. I don't have. I've literally got nothing else planned. This is it basically. Yeah, this is it. My store's supposed to be closed, but fucking people have been coming in picking up COVID-19 shirts, which you all should buy, by the way. Not just this one. This is the best one, obviously, because coronavirus is metal band. But they've been getting the that's got somebody's address on it, so I'm gonna try to cover up all the address and stuff. COVID-19 Emergency Response Team. I know that's just left chest, but I can't afford to open the bag right now. But yes, you can get those shirts on frontporchapparelco.com. They're featured. They'll be at the very bottom of the page. So check them out. Buy them if you want to. Support my business. Keep us from having to lock the doors forever. Anyway, let's move on. I've plugged my shit, so let's go. And I can't monetize the channel really. So, all right. Let's see. Have they unveiled all the Godzilla monsters for MTG? I don't know. I'll tell you all the ones that they did reveal. If I have that available. I know I had it in my history. Maybe not. Godzilla MTG. Oh, here's something for you. One of the cards actually is getting it's getting renamed. So if you can get it in the first printing, you're basically gold. But Space Godzilla Death Corona. Space Godzilla Death Corona is being pulled for obvious reasons. So get on that. Actually get it. The new version is Space Godzilla Void Invader, which I don't know. But I like Death Corona. Obviously, it's the best one. Oh, God, let's see. Is it Magic Spoiler that I was on? I'm not sure exactly. Okay, why is it not loading? Okay, I'm out. Maybe I'll just see if I can remember. All right, off the top of my head, they had Godzilla. They had two versions of Godzilla. They had Shin Godzilla. They had King Caesar, Ghidorah, Mothra, Mechagodzilla, Biollante, Batra was in it. Godzilla Jr. or Baby Godzilla was also in there. It's not Minya, so that's something. I seem to think that there's one more that I'm missing, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So those are the ones that we know for sure, and I think that's all of them, but I don't know. All right, let's get to answering some cringe questions, I suppose. Hatman show is a better show than Micah, and Hatman hashtag make Micah jealous. I don't know about that. Top 5 MCU movies. Infinity War, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh God, see, it's 4 and 5 is where it gets tough. God. Oh, that's tough. Maybe Black Panther, and then after that, no. Actually, I think I put Civil War, and then I put Black Panther. I think that's what my list would be. I don't know. Source 100 asks, do you remember that one creepypasta where the women were forced to be breeding centers last Halloween? It has a sequel. Yes, Baraska! Yes! I did see that they actually finished it, and spoiler alert, next Halloween, that's what I'm going to be reading. I will do Paranormal Activity again, and I am going to be reading the conclusion to that. I feel like I owe it to y'all. But yes, I did see that. I did see it. I'm trying not to read it because I kind of want to experience it for the first time with everybody in the chat like I did the first one. But yes, I did see that. I did see it. So yeah, I'm actually excited. Zion the Blank says, I've tried to play the original Resident Evil remake several times. Can you give a classic Resi newbie a few tips? Really, the only thing that the only real tip I can give is conserve ammo about as much as you can. Don't shoot unless you absolutely need to. That's really about it. Like, otherwise, most of the problem with the early Resident Evil games is just management of items, because classic survival horror. And really, Resi 1 isn't that much different. But what helped me was just conserving ammo. Oh, hang on, I gotta deliver a shot. Hey, what's up?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Y'all have a good evening.
You too. All right. See, delivering shirts. Why not? Okay. Where were we? Let's see. I put in some anime cringe. It was going to be for the podcast, but how about that? Let's see what the anime cringe was. He still is not awake. I guess it's an Animu. Oh shit! I closed that weeb trash. Kroiwat Sami Desuka of the Dead. Okay, just from the thumbnail, that I know that's going to be cringy. Just from the thumbnail. So, okay. Where we go? How did me and Micah meet from an Angry Green Boss? Gamergate. Quite literally. I set up the first Kotaku in Action live stream in late August, early September. I don't remember exactly when it was. but it was 2014, and I did that, and Micah Curtis was one of the first guests that I had on. And yeah, but see, back then it was basically a free-for-all, and we did like 6-hour streams. And some of them I got drunk for, which is great. Total Biscuit, I think, crashed a couple of them too. God rest his soul. Excuse me. But yeah, that's basically what happened. John Whitesell says, how do we know that Micah isn't secretly an earthbender and is using neutral Jing to start the podcast at the most opportune moment? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Black Panther is awful? Oh, no. Oh, no. I like Black Panther. I liked it. We gotta have even more hot takes. Is Godzuki in MTG? No. No Godzuki ever. No. Screw. Oh, yes. Destroya was in. Crystal Hydra reminded me. Yes, I think that was the last one. Do we have a date for Trump Bucks being sent out or a rough timetable from Servant of God? Right now, they say the first check should go out April 13th. And then afterwards, it's just a matter of however they can get it to you. Let's see. Hatman's favorite coffee. This crap. This is the only kind of coffee I can drink, and it's not even real coffee. Actual, like, real coffee, I hate it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. It's the taste, but more it's the smell. The smell of coffee, no shit, makes me sick. Like, ill sick. I can't stand it. Like, I can't go into a coffee shop without feeling like I'm about to throw up, basically. I can't explain it. I don't understand it. But the only thing that I can drink is fake fucking powdered coffee because it doesn't smell as strong and it doesn't taste as strong. That's it. I don't know. I don't understand it. A-Hat asks, ever read anything by Robert E. Howard? Can't say that I have. Audis Whisper asks, worst comic you ever read? I don't really know. I mean, I can give you some webcomics, but as far as like paper comics, I don't really know. Cooper's Revenge Home, them's are fighting words. Most overrated Yu-Gi-Oh! Retro archetype, and why is it Blue Eyes? No, I play Blue Eyes, or at least I played Blue Eyes. It depends on how far retro you want to go. Because overrated, damn. It depends. I could start some fights and say gadgets, but oh god. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! in forever, and a couple of buddies of mine wanted to put together a format that's basically it's basically everything up to the introduction of pendulums and links. But the problem is putting together a proper ban list and then, you know, making sure that there are no cards from newer sets allowed in there, which I would have played a Blue Eyes deck for, but turns out that no, you can't use Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon in there, so there's no point. I don't know. We tried to do a really, really retro format at one point, with just like, you know, crap like Sinister Serpent Band, Yada Band, Chaos Emperor Dragon Band, Blackluster Soldier Band, that sort of thing. But it quickly turned into Hand Destruction best deck. So, let's see. What's your favorite X-Men movie? Logan. Logan's best one. You know it to be true, I can beat your Blue Eyes deck with an Ojama deck any day. I hate Ojama decks, man. So the best version you get, yeah, basically. Basically. Should get the Yu-Gi-Oh game on Switch. Just play with don't play with pendulums like I do. I already played Duel Links. I played Duel Links, and it's okay. Of course, now I'm playing Light Sworns like the filthy heathen that I am. Even though Light Sworns isn't technically a tiered deck at all, but the one that I've built is kind of monstrous, so. Koopa's a Red Eyes player. Hey, I played some Red Eyes too. Are you still open to editing some amateur fiction? Yes, for money. Yes. The only thing that I've got on my docket, well, the only things I've got on my docket right now are finishing up 3 Nights, the forward for the Inglewood director's cut, and then I've got the second book in the Saving Olympus trilogy that I've got, but I don't think that book's done yet, so it could just come up whenever. But yeah, just get in touch. If you don't know my email, it's alex@hatman.net. Just get in touch there. That's the best way to reach me. Jim Starling is overrated and Thanos is a ripoff of Darkseid. Okay. Okay, wow. Are we going with hot takes to awaken the boomer gorilla? Because that is a nuclear take. Atlanteans will crush you. Okay, are you doing straight Atlanteans, or are you doing Atlantean and Megalos? Because that one would actually scare me. Thoughts on Funimation being an anime production company? I'm really worried about it since they will want to censor it. Yeah, given Funny's track record recently, that kind of worries me too. So yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Call Micah now on his phone until he wakes up on the stream. I guarantee he's not going to pick up. He's not going to pick up. Got any Gamergate war stories? Oh, Jesus Christ. Most of the war stories I've told, but the most interesting one... Well, no, I won't tell you any big war stories. I'll just tell you a couple of quick anecdotes. Back when we were verifying posts from like developers on Kotaku in Action, from people who were in the industry who supported Gamergate, one actually contacted me from I really don't want to say the name, but I'll say this: they're a AAA publisher. Or not publisher, they're a AAA development studio that shipped a new IP in 2014. That's all I'm going to say about them. But they said that there were several people in that company who supported Gamergate, but were basically having to keep quiet because if you let it be known that you supported it at all, in certain circles, you were blackballed. One person from White Wolf, I will say that one because I don't think she works here anymore. One person from White Wolf actually contacted me, or was it Obsidian? No, it's White Wolf. Contacted me and said that they were supposed to donate money to, pretty much made to donate money to Tropes versus Women and Feminist Frequency. And if they didn't, and this was like a public collections thing, if they refused to, the next round of layoffs, they were the first ones to go. You could chalk that up to coincidence, but honestly, I don't know. And one more. So you remember when King of Pole did his full spaghetti stream, where he called out the Skype cabal and whatnot and said like, oh, everybody in there is crazy. I was part of that cabal. we were actually on call while he was doing it or afterwards. Everybody thought that he was insane, and I remember very specifically when Monday Matt was in there and King of Pole had come in. King of Pole was ordering some kind of Mexican food. I don't remember if he was at a Taco Bell or a taco truck or something, but I know he got tacos. And he said, oh, Matt, I don't know if it's actually you. I'm going to need you to verify something. Like, I need you to send me a DM or something just so I can verify that it's you. It was like pure paranoia. So that's why the I verified it King of Pole joke came out around that time and really became like a mocking meme. So yeah, that's what happened. That was funny. Favorite Robotech series. Have finished the first season, about to start season 2, the remaster. Let me get back to you on that one. Hey, the Hatman, thoughts on the stupid iDubbbz fans calling him a simp and a cuck just for being okay with his girlfriend selling lewd cosplays on OnlyFans? Real talk, OnlyFans is for nudity. It's for porn. It's not for lewds. Patreon is for lewds. Why she's going to OnlyFans and actually selling lewds and not nudes is a problem that everyone who is buying them needs to figure out, because that's nonsense. Why is he being called a simp for it? I don't know. If honestly, if he's okay with her doing it, that's fine. Like, I don't really have any reason to question their situation or whatever. I mean, you can make fun of him all you want, whatever, but I don't care at the end of the day. Like, you can look on him and think, he's one step away from being a cuck, but honestly, it's not worth getting bothered about. It's not worth the ass blast. Oh God, Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther is great. No. Let's see. Did you watch the Ghost in the Shell live action film? Yes, I did. I saw it in theaters, as a matter of fact. I think I live tweeted it even, because I think I was the only one in my theater. But yeah, I totally did live tweet that. I was supposed to go see it with a buddy of mine. I promised him that I would see it in theaters with him, and I couldn't with him, so I did hold up the other half of the agreement, which was I'd go see it in theaters. It actually wasn't bad. I think it was more in line with the '95 film than anything else, and I was okay with that. The only thing that I really didn't like was I didn't like that they did the whole Mira Killian thing and then also tried to play her off as, oh, actually your name is Major. Like, I know she's referred to as Major everywhere else, but it's, typically the Major also. They didn't have that article beforehand, which the grammar Nazi in me was really upset by it. But the Mira Killian thing, I didn't really care for. Like, I understand why they did it. It makes sense in the context, but I just thought it was kind of dumb. They should have just straight up called her the Major and had the old Japanese, or not the old, the Japanese girl whose brain that she had. That was Motoko Kusanagi, but they should have just left it at that, not even done like a Mira Killian thing. Let's see. Is it bad that I recommended Interspecies Reviewers to you? It's a dumb, fun, ecchi, and since I think you like Monster Musume, I think you might like this one too. Literally everybody is telling me to watch it. Like, my best friend who loves titty anime, loves Monster Musume, loves pretty much all the stuff that I enjoy. She was like, you need to watch this. It's great. I'll watch it someday. Someday when I don't have anyone who would be staring behind me be like, what are you watching, you degenerate fuck? I heard that some consider Hulk to be more of a horror monster than a superhero, and his stories are at their best when he's treated as such. So what are your thoughts on that opinion? Yeah, I think so too. Like World War Hulk, for example, and even some of the old Silver Age stories where they're just trying to do whatever they can to stop the Hulk. I like that. You know, how do you stop an unstoppable object or an immovable object? You know, I like that. I like that idea. I think that's the best kind of Hulk stories can come from that. Favorite MCU costumes? That's hard. That's hard. I don't know. I really don't know. I work at a snail's pace, but if I ever get my story, then I'll try to contact you. I mean, hey, I've been working on the same shit for over 15 years now. I'm still not finished. I did a first draft of it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you something. I will give you all a gift. This is the first draft. And when I say first draft, I mean first draft, even though like it's published. This is really the first draft of my book. Back when it was called T3GM Genesis. Now it's just Genesis. It's bad. It's worse than fan fiction. I will post the link in the chat. It's god awful. like real talk. It's terrible. Quick background. This story came about as a result of us mashing together. It was me and my best friend at the time, mashing together Pokemon, Star Wars, Dragons, Teen Titans, and like a bunch of other shit. And it made no damn sense. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. The Three Gym Masters. That's what we actually called it. And we thought this was like the best thing ever. It was, oh yeah, it's so cool. No, it was terrible. And like we did this 2006. That's when this was put out. Fucking 2006. So that's how old it is. By, I think it was 2008 or 2009, we looked back on it, we were like, God, this sucks. This is a flaming pile of shit. If we're ever going to actually tell this story, we need to redo everything. So that's what we decided to do. Redo everything. He has since moved on from the project for whatever reason, mostly because he's dropped off of the face of the earth. I haven't heard from him in forever. But I've kept up the mantle. That story that I was talking about that I've been working on for 15 years, this is it. This is it. There are very, very few similarities between this and what I'm working on now. But holy shit. If you guys want some hot cringe, that's it. It's terrible. What genre is it? That is incredibly hard to say. If I had to boil it down to one, it would be science fantasy. Because it takes place on like a different world that has enough similarities to ours to be familiar, but enough differences to seem alien. But there are fantasy elements to it as well, with these, mystical objects called the orbs that give people not superpowers anymore. Before, they basically gave you superpowers, but now it's like they will enhance your physical abilities at the cost of inflicting a mental illness on you. So it's a little bit more fleshed out now. But yeah, I'm serious. Just try to read the first chapter. Prologue is you know, that's not as terrible, but just read the first chapter, and it's awful. It's actually awful. Oh man. Oh man. Let's see. Watch Konosuba? Nope, I'm not watching Konosuba. Nope, not doing it. I just want to say this is a great substitute for the podcast. You're doing great, and thanks, bro, for the content. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I started your favorite game series again, Kingdom Hearts. Still think you're silly, and I still think the first Kingdom Hearts is a bad fucking game. It's terrible. It's terrible, and I mean like the original version. I don't. From what I'm told, the remasters like fixed everything. I don't give a shit. I don't want to play it. The original version was awful. Terrible. No, I do not want to watch Konosuba. I do not want to. After that cringe that we had to watch from it, I'm off. I'm turned off. Just noticed they announced Captain Marvel 2 for July 2022 release. Yeah, they've had to push back everything, because now Black Widow is going to be in November. Eternals, I think, is in February. What was after Eternals? Whatever was after Eternals is now like in July. Doctor Strange is in November. And then Thor is somewhere else too. I think that's another year out. So, honestly, I'm more upset that Doctor Strange I'm going to have to wait longer for, because that's the one out of all of them that I want to see. Play the final mix once. There's dodge rolls and skip cutscenes. You're good. I don't want to. I didn't like the first one. I didn't like it. I mean, even beyond the crappy controls and stuff, I could not keep up with the story. The story didn't make any fucking sense. It really did. It was hard enough for me to understand the whole Princesses of Heart thing, and then he opens the door to Kingdom Hearts at the very end, and I'm like, what? I don't know what the hell is going on. And then Kingdom Hearts 2, it's like, actually, you know, Ansem wasn't Ansem. It's a different Ansem. And I'm like, okay, nope, no. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. So, and then, no. Too much. Too much. Godzilla vs. Kong had better reschedule their release. Godzilla vs. Kong is also November. But they rescheduled that a while ago, so I don't think they can really change it. It was supposed to be March or May, I think. But they altered a scene in Lilo and Stitch. Oh, for Disney Plus? Oh yeah, yeah. They wouldn't let Lilo hide in a dryer anymore. Yeah, the scene where she's hiding from Nami, it's not a dryer that she's getting into anymore, because they don't want kids to hide in dryers. I don't know. Do you read one Middle-earth book and suddenly you know how the whole plot works? Okay, the problem with Kingdom Hearts is you need everything. You can't just... It's so difficult. If I don't understand what's going on in the first game, and I need, like, an encyclopedia and every other game just to figure out what's going on in the first one, it's failed narratively. It has utterly failed. Like, I don't mind plot twists, like, you know, that Ansem wasn't really Ansem, I'm Ansem, you know, but my name is Diz now, and I'm voiced by Christopher Lee. You know, that's okay. That's one thing. But then explaining, like, Xemnas and whatnot, too, is, then you're confusing the fuck out of me. And then you've got like, how many iterations of Xehanort also running around too? Like, and technically the Ansem and Xemnas are... See, that's when it doesn't make any sense to me. Literally, if I have to consult some kind of third-party source or an encyclopedia or whatever to figure out what the hell is going on, I'm not going to like the damn plot. I said the same thing about fucking Destiny. And that's part of the reason why I couldn't get into Destiny also. Because you had to go to fucking Bungie's website just to figure out everything that happened up to that point. Tolkien and Lewis would like a word with you on that front. Okay, see, that's the thing. They can at least tell a contained narrative. You don't have to read The Magician's Nephew to understand and enjoy The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. You don't have to do that. With Kingdom Hearts, you do have to basically do everything. And even then, it's difficult to comprehend. I think Barry Kramer did like a brief synopsis of Kingdom Hearts video, like the whole plot up to Kingdom Hearts 3, and it ended up being like a half an hour long. That's too much. That's too much. Yeah, First Kingdom Hearts is basically part 2. Yeah, because you got fucking Birth by Sleep right before that. And I mean, let's not even get into like Chain of Memories and whatnot, which, oh my god. Anyway, oof. All right, I'm getting... Thoughts on that moron saying canon is bad? Holy fuck. Holy fuck. I already did a whole damn Twitter thread on that, but that is bullshit. I am sick and tired of all these people saying the only thing that's good, or not good, the only thing that's important about a franchise is making sure that it has all these right themes in it, and that it has really, really good writing, and it's something that you can think about. Like, it's something... What that tells me is I want my entertainment to give me ideas for think pieces. I want them to do some of the thinking for me. Fuck you. No. A franchise's first commitment is to its fan base. And the fan base is going to be expecting certain things, like that the plot is cohesive, that the characters make sense, that the arcs are kept in order. If you ignore any of those fucking things, you're going to fail out the gate. Again, you can write the best story ever. The best fucking story. But if it ignores some of the basic characteristics of the protagonists in there, it doesn't fucking matter. It absolutely does not matter, because you failed from the first step. You have failed to establish that this is truly in the same universe, it's part of the same story, and it makes sense. It has to make logical sense first. Because otherwise people are going to walk out, and then no one's going to care about your fucking shitty themes anyway. No one is going to give a single shit about any kind of social commentary that you're making if your protagonist is a completely different fucking character in, say, the second film from the first one. It doesn't matter. It absolutely does not fucking matter. So no, I think that's fucking selfish. They're looking for reasons to write about movies. You don't need a reason to do it other than to do it. Like, if you can fucking pull imperialism out of goddamn Animal Crossing New Horizons, which is a total asshole, by the way, but if you can suddenly pull an article about that out of a fucking game about building an island with animals on it that you swap bells with, fucking, there's no excuse. There's absolutely zero fucking excuse. So, no, do not expect fucking creators to do half of the thinking for you. Do it yourself. Jesus Christ. Darth Vader is actually Anakin Skywalker. Is there more than one? That's how you sound. Kingdom Hearts 2 is straightforward. Okay. It was not. It was confusing as shit. Darth Vader's Anakin Skywalker. There's more than one. Look, no. It's hard enough, at least for me, to comprehend a heartless version of a character and they're nobody. And then you have like the real version. And even then, like, the real version, it was established in the first one that the real version can be heartless. They can be fucking heartless, like Riku, for example. And then you have the nobody, which is created when you become a heartless. Okay, that makes sense. But what the fuck? How do you have another one too? Or how do you have multiples? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. It really does not. And then you can fucking, like, merge with your nobody too, which... I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. Everyone is trolling you. Probably. Oh, man. You do got to read Fellowship to understand Return of the King. Okay, yeah, I get that. But that's because those follow a clear arc. When you're talking about, like, if you have a story that starts in the middle of something, that's fine. But if it's in the middle of, like, a greater story, then you have a problem. And someone's going to get on me because they're going to be like, well, Star Wars was like that. That's the thing. You did not need the prequel trilogy to understand A New Hope. You didn't need the prequel trilogy. Actually, you didn't need the prequel trilogy to really understand and enjoy the original trilogy. You didn't. You could have watched the original trilogy and just enjoyed it for what it was. So, really, it's just about making sure that your narrative is cohesive from the get-go. Like, as long as the first entry is telling a good enough story that you don't need some kind of compendium for, then you're fine. You're fine. Lord of the Rings is one book, not a trilogy. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Fellowship of the Ring, is the first book. But yeah, you could argue that it is one book because it is one long story. Do you think Jurassic World 3 will have the Spinosaurus? And then ask about is Jurassic World 3 delayed? I haven't heard anything about Jurassic World 3 being delayed. But if Jurassic World 3 does not have a Spinosaurus, like a real on-screen Spinosaurus instead of the skeleton that was destroyed, yeah, if it doesn't have it, I'll probably be upset. A little bit upset. Everybody's getting triple keyboard. I'm done trying to explain Kingdom Hearts. Like, you're not going to do it. I've had people legit sit me down for hours trying to explain it to me, and it doesn't make sense. They've popped open the Kingdom Hearts wiki and tried to show me, like, everything. It doesn't work. It does not work. I cannot get it. I cannot. So, just stop. Talon Silverbane asks, how's your cat? I recently had to put mine down due to the virus. I could not be there when they did. Aww. Just want to say go hug your cat. Keycat is doing well. She is currently not living with me right now because she has FIV, which is HIV but feline. So she can't be around other cats anymore. I'm staying with my girlfriend most of the time now. She has cats and a dog. So I can't risk bringing Keycat over, to stay with us because I don't want her cats to get infected, and I don't want anything happening to her, basically. So my mom is currently taking care of her. She's doing well. She's happy. She's eating. She's upset because she can't go outside anymore. But Keycat is still doing good. She's still doing good. They said, as long as she, goes to the vet regularly and, continues to eat right and not become a total chonker, she could live a long and happy life. And there you go. But yeah, I don't get to see her as much anymore, so I'll have to. You don't need to know anything to enjoy Kingdom Hearts 1. Then how come I didn't enjoy it? How come I was confused by the plot? I didn't like it. Cannot or will not. They could not. Like I said, people have tried to explain this to me before. They've tried to get me on board. I mean, one person desperately wanted me to play Kingdom Hearts 3 with her when it came out and was trying so hard to just get me to understand anything. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Hatman never even bothered to open up the Gemini Journal. I didn't get everything in it, but yeah, the gameplay was primarily my issue with it. What was your introduction on Kamen Rider? Who was it? Somebody during Gamergate made me watch an episode of Kamen Rider. Do you think we'll get a sequel to Alita Battle Angel? I heard that a sequel was greenlit, actually, but I don't know. I hope we do. I hope we do. Oh, man. Where in the hell is Micah fucking Curtis? I'm honestly tempted at this point to just talk politics, to just do the politics podcast, and then if he decides to do entertainment, then he can do entertainment. Go along with the meme. Give hot takes. So, all right, I'll give you a hot take. I'll give you a hot take that is actually true. And I expect a bunch of dislikes after this. I did not hate Duke Nukem Forever. I thought Duke Nukem Forever was an okay game. Legitimately. The console version, the one that didn't get the updates. Really. I mean, if you think about it as a game that was released, or was supposed to be released around the same time that the first Modern Warfare was, it's really not that hard to hate, I think. And also considering that it's just a bunch of bullshit stitched together, it's kind of a miracle that we got the game anyway. But no, I didn't think Duke Nukem Forever was a terrible game. That's a hot take. Okay, it's considered a hot take in the circles that I'm a part of, just because everybody I know bought, well, not everybody I know, in my friend group at least, bought Duke Nukem Forever on release and was pissed off. None of them finished it. The shit in the hive was fucked, though. Okay, the wall tits, yes, they were. The wall tits were. Genuinely not sure if I should grab questions for Overflow. I wouldn't just yet. Duke Nukem Forever. Okay, now see, a bunch of people are saying Duke Nukem Forever wasn't that bad. Okay, what does your shirt say? It says, Coronavirus Pandemic World Tour, don't leave home for it. That's the that's the coronavirus band shirt, which you can buy. We actually have it for sale, so, yep. Who did you meet that started as a jackass but then turned into a cool person? Pretty much every single one of my IRL friends. Do you think Batman Beyond and Spider-Man 2099 would make great movies and games? I don't know about Spider-Man 2099, but Batman Beyond would absolutely make a great game. Hotter take, it was fucked when Gearbox got it. Gearbox. Here's my hot take. Duke Nukem Forever was the last good thing that Gearbox put out. You need to hate something people love for something. Okay. I don't like Borderlands. I don't like any of the Borderlands games. I hate the fact that you can't fucking you can play it single player, but you basically shouldn't. I hate that about a game. If you cannot play a game with a campaign that you can play just by yourself, yeah, no, fuck Borderlands. I don't like it. I can't. Borderlands is mad these days. I'm talking about all of them. Like, I tried playing Borderlands 1, I tried playing Borderlands 2, I couldn't do it. I just got so fucking frustrated. Ugh. Arms and arms reps? I want Twintel to be the arms rep. Oh, there goes a earbud. Here's another one. KOTOR is boring. I never finished KOTOR. Is that a hot take? I mean, I already gave sort of a hot take earlier when I said that the live-action Ghost in the Shell was a good movie. God damn. I'm trying to think of something. I've never played a Elder Scrolls game that I liked. I've never played a Fallout game that I liked. So maybe that's hot takes. KOTOR is awesome. I have KOTOR. I have it. I just haven't finished it. That's the thing, like, I can't really dedicate that much time to RPGs anymore. So I don't know. Never played a Zelda game. Okay, here's one for you. I've only played to completion, finished 3 Zelda games. The original, Ocarina of Time, and Wind Waker. That's it. I've never played Twilight Princess, even though I own it. I've never played Skyward Sword. I've never played Breath of the Wild. Oh, actually, here's one for you. I fucking hate Majora's Mask. And Majora's Mask is not a Zelda game. As far as I'm concerned, you could slap any other game's skin, just rip the fucking Zelda fucking overlay from Majora's Mask, and it would be a totally different game, and people would hate it. There's my hot take for you. There's my hot take. Retitle it to Hatman and the Hot Takes. Do you have KOTOR 2? I might. I don't know. I think that's the one I have on Steam. Zelda 2, I've played Zelda 2, I can't get past Death Mountain. Death Mountain is a pain in my balls. I hate it. Ugh. You can say the same thing about Majora's Mask and Breath of the Wild. So I'm told, actually. Which is why I'm not sure if I would like Breath of the Wild. Also because I don't really like open world games that much, or at least games with too open of a world. Like Grand Theft Auto is about the most I can handle. And I've been told Breath of the Wild is more akin to like a Skyrim or an Oblivion, and I didn't like either of those games, so yeah. Oh shit, never mind. No, I did complete A Link to the Past. How can I fucking forget A Link to the Past? It's my favorite one. God. Okay. Alright. I forgot my favorite fucking Zelda game. Everybody shame the Hatman. Everybody shame the Hatman. I'll take it. I'll take it. Everybody shame the Hatman. God damn it. Fuck. That's the best one. Fuck. Damn it. Any weeb hot takes? What is with the lag? The lag is my internet. That's what it is. What's my stream health at? It says my stream health is excellent. So I have no idea. Let's see. A Link to the Past sucks. I love Link to the Past. Don't you ego raptor, but Ma2D, mister. No, okay, look, no. No. I think it's a better game because I do like the mechanics of it better. Ocarina of Time has the better story. I'll give it that. I like playing top-down Zeldas better. I guess because that's also what I first played. I'm biased because the first one I played was Zelda 1. But, yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like it way more. I like the music in Link to the Past more than Ocarina of Time also. The best track in Ocarina of Time is the Temple of Time. Any weeb hot take? Sorry, no, sorry. Weeb hot takes. It's not really a hot take, but since we're talking about weeb opinions, they need to, honestly, they need to redo the Elfen Lied anime, and they need to do the whole goddamn thing because the manga is actually pretty fucking all right. It's crazy as shit towards the end, but no, if they would redo that, and just do like the whole fucking story like a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or whatever, I'd be on board with it. I'd totally be on board. I want to see that shit. Name one boss or character from A Link to the Past, or even which dungeon has which item. The fucking the Lizard King. That's the thing. I never remember boss names. The Lizard King. That's not the Lizard King. The lizard that's got the mask on his face that they basically redid is I think it's the Helmasaur King actually. That they redid is the Helmarock King in Wind Waker, and you needed the fucking hammer to whoop his ass. And then there's the shitty fucking jumping caterpillar things in the sand dungeon that were a pain in the fucking ass to beat. I hate those guys. Elfen Lied Brotherhood. The anime of Elfen Lied was hit and miss. That's the thing. Like, they could have done so much more with it, but yeah. Tons of anime where I wish they did the full story. Yeah, Akame Got Killed is another one of them. Though honestly, I kind of like what they did with the anime because the fucking manga, it fucking dragon babies. Dragon babies. That's all I can say about that. Fucking dragon babies. What change would you most want to see in movies besides moving away from SJWism? I'd like death to mean something in movies again, for example. Yeah. I agree with you. I think stakes in movies have never been lower. everyone just assumes that the good guys are going to win, that death means nothing. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing about like the MCU, for example. Let's just use that as an example. Nobody was really well, that's the thing. Everyone's freaking out at the end of Infinity War, right? Oh my god, they've all been turned to dust, whatever. How are they going to bring them back? Because they know that all the characters are going to be brought back. Death was already meaningless, even though it was established up to that point that death meant something. That death was permanent in the MCU. But no. Then, we get everybody turned to dust, and they're all like, okay, well, how are they going to bring it back? Should have stayed dead. Should have left the consequences. Koopa's Revenge. Oh, you're naming all the bosses from Ocarina of Time? The only ones that I remember off the top of my head out of those that are really memorable were King Dodongo, Twin Rova, and Ganondorf. And even then, you got the evil King Ganon at the end, too. I appreciate Game of Thrones. It did death well, even though they did do some resurrections. It was okay. That's the thing, though. The last season of Game of Thrones ruined the rest of it forever. Permanently. I hate that. I really hate that. Godspeed, Angry Green Boss. Godspeed. Let's see. Here's a gaming hot take. Hottest take ever. Half-Life 2 is aged like milk. While the storytelling is still good, the gameplay is unfocused and doesn't do anything well. Alright. Here's a super hot take for you. Same, but Super Mario 64. Super Mario 64 has not aged well at all. To the point where I think once people, or if they're actually going to do the HD remakes of all the 3D Mario games like they're talking about doing, people will realize that Super Mario 64 wasn't that good. Super Mario Sunshine, on the other hand, has aged like a fine wine. That has actually, I think, finally gotten the attention that it deserved. Thoughts on Marvel and DC finally dying? They got what they fucking deserved. How is Michael like Aang? When the world needed him most, he vanished. He hasn't mastered all 4 elements, though. He hasn't mastered any of the elements. What are you talking about? Thoughts on Jim Shooter? It's like I know the name, but let me get a face. I'm not a face, but what he's worked on. Hang on. When was he editor of Marvel? Because I think I've heard some stories about Shooter. It might have been him. When I went to Galaxy Con, J.M. DeMatteis and... Oh, shit. I'm going to forget his fucking name. Oh, come on, come on, come on. No. Fuck. Damn it. I hate everything. Priest, Christopher Priest. How the fuck can I forget his name? God damn it. Yeah, they were on a panel together and they were talking about the Jim Shooter era of Marvel and how it was like crazy, but it worked. So yeah, that's about what I know. Jim Shooter was the R.E. Lee Army of comics, pretty much. Thoughts on Mario games like Sunshine getting remastered? Okay, I talked about this a little bit. I'm down with it. I think I would love to have an HD remaster of just Sunshine, to be honest with you. Yeah. But all I can get. Let's see. Would a live action adaptation of the anime Black Lagoon work? I don't know. I haven't seen Black Lagoon. Here's a cold take. Crash Bandicoot 1 will break you worse than Ivan Drago in your first playthrough. Yeah, I still have not gotten all the gems in Crash Bandicoot 1. I still haven't. It's still tough. The other two of the original trilogy I've 100%ed. Well, 105% warped. Let's see. Everyone's talking about Jim Shooter now. Yeah. Yeah, Jim Shooter is the kind of guy that we need now, to be honest. I think, let me see if I can find a note. I don't remember if I've told this story on the podcast before, but I just want to make sure that it's in the right fucking time frame. Nope, that's a different one. Nope. Damn. I don't know where the hell it is. I don't remember what the name of the fucking panel was, but there we go. Writing for comics. Oh no, it was Peter David. It wasn't DeMatteis. Peter David was on that panel too. So, all right. So during the Jim Shooter era, Peter David wanted to do a Spider-Man story where he would kill off J. Jonah Jameson. Again, I've probably told this before, but he wanted to kill off J. Jonah Jameson and have the Kingpin buy out the Daily Bugle. And the main conflict of that story would basically be internal. Like, okay, yeah, you know, it's the Kingpin. The Kingpin has bought out the Daily Bugle. Can Peter Parker keep working for the Kingpin? And Aunt May would get sick during that. And, you know, meanwhile, Kingpin is treating all the employees really well. Like, oh, they know who he is, but he's really, really nice to everyone else at the Bugle. And Aunt May gets sick, and he's like, you know, Peter, you're a good kid. You've always been good. I'll give you the money for her life-saving operation, or for her medical treatment. And it's like, you know, what do you do for that? That crisis of conscience there. I think that would have made it actually a really, really good story. But I don't fucking know. But yeah, that's when I think Peter David moved up to writing Hulk. If I remember correctly. Yeah, he got moved up to writing the Hulk at that time. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to answering stuff. Let's see. Thoughts on Gotham High? I know nothing about Gotham High. At this point, we ought to just do a regular podcast tomorrow and get the gorilla to set a fucking alarm clock. Seems that way. Since Mike is this late, might push this back to tomorrow. That's the thing. I can't do it tomorrow. I've got a wedding to go to tomorrow. Not mine, of course, but and yes, it is actually happening. It's a very, very small ceremony. But yeah, I have to go to that tomorrow. All right, let's see. Could Micah delay to tomorrow night at 8? Again, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. So you'd basically be getting a Micah Curtis podcast and Hatman podcast. He's still not answering anything. He's dead. He's fucking dead. All right, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the politics podcast. So let me pull up our topics. I kind of hate it because we were supposed to talk about graded .5's Indiegogo campaign tonight too, which actually I'll plug them. Peregrine, Wings of the Falcon. That it looks really, really good. The artwork looks phenomenal, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, I'll go ahead and link that in the chat. That's who we were supposed to cover on entertainment at the very least. So I feel like Mike is gonna talk about it too. But yeah, are we sure he isn't in trouble? He's not in trouble. He's not. Trust me on this one. He's not. But yeah, back that campaign is awesome. Graded .5, great group. So yeah, okay. Let's talk politics, I guess. We've covered all kinds of entertainment, but let's actually do politics. So. And of course, this it's just me and y'all, so you don't get me bouncing off of Micah for this. But let's start talking about a bunch of people using the COVID-19 pandemic as an excuse to seize power. And we're talking like the Philippines, like Duterte is straight up killing people for getting out of their houses. Hungary has suspended elections and suspended parliament and given emergency powers to the Supreme Chancellor. And where have we seen that one before? And even in California, Gavin Newsom was asked about whether or not he should use the pandemic as an excuse to basically push for more progressive politics or progressive reform. And he said, yeah, it's absolutely the right moment to do that. So, what the fuck? Don't let a crisis go to waste, apparently? I mean, it's kind of fucked up when you think about it. I mean, it's I guess an excuse to trample over individual liberties and whatnot. Here's one for you out of North Carolina here. Wake County, where Raleigh is. Raleigh's the capital of North Carolina. The sheriff was actually not going to process any kind of pistol purchase permits background, you have to buy a permit to buy a handgun in North Carolina through the sheriff's department. They perform a background check on you, and you release your mental health records to them. And if they clear you, then they will give you a permit, which is good for the purchase of one handgun. You can buy multiples at a time if you want to, but each one comes with its own background check. Anyway, so he wasn't processing those, and he wasn't processing concealed carry permits either, which is bullshit. One, because North Carolina is a shall issue state, which means if you pass all the requirements, they have to give you the permits. He's not processing them. He's blaming COVID-19 for it. And also wanted to close all of the gun stores in the county because they weren't essential businesses, despite the fact that, yeah, they were listed as essential. So he got sued for it, and it turns out, I think the sheriff's union or something said that there was no legal precedent for him to suspend the issuance of permits in Wake County. He finally reneged on it. He finally said, okay, I'll do it, but only after all that kind of pressure. Like, what the fuck? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. So, if anything, I'm worried that this pandemic is going to result in a rise in authoritarianism. And if that's the case, get your guns, because Boogan. Hardboiled, wow. What all did you miss? So basically you missed a bunch of hot takes, a very, very long Q&A with just me, and now I am actually doing the politics podcast solo, because the Boomer Gorilla has still not awakened, and I'm running out of time at this point. Brainbucks, you actually bring up a good point. This is why I was worried when the pastor got arrested. Yes, the pastor's stupid, but his congregation wants to attend. It's a case of it taking two to tango. Yeah, honestly, I can't really argue with that. But that's the thing. If they're all defying quarantine, then they all need to get hit. I mean, that's logical there. But I don't know. The Constitution doesn't just get suspended because of a crisis. Actually, if martial law is declared, all constitutional rights do get suspended. So hope that martial law does not get declared at all. I don't think it will get to that point. But, yeah. Koopa's Revenge Home says, here's the thing about the lady whose husband died of fish cleaner. Okay, I'll talk about that some. She was a DNC and Clinton donor, has a history of anti-Trump posts on social media, has a criminal record, and may have killed her husband straight up, has a record of domestically abusing him and wanted to divorce him. The media knew all this and ran with her lie anyway because fuck Trump, exterminate us from all of them. Well, I don't have the button to hit for it. I don't even have the fucking button. But, yes, I did hear about that. That she tried to play it off like, Trump told us to do this, and it was just her husband who died. And see, it doesn't make any sense anyway, because why the fuck would you ingest fish cleaner? So yeah, it looks all kinds of suspicious. So I'm not surprised though. I'm not surprised. Some Jussie Smollett shit. How about the fact that MSM is calling out Trump as a wimp for not being authoritarian enough? Well, that's the thing. They want him to be a fascist so they can say, oh, we were right when we called him a fascist. Oh my God, listen to us now. They're doing it to boost their own credibility, which is bullshit. And yeah, it is a relief that Trump doesn't seem interested in a power trip. I mean, he's doing... That's the thing. The biggest criticism I've seen levied against him is that he's not relaying the information to be as serious as it actually is. And honestly, I don't see anything wrong with that. Because his idea is to not create a panic. People are already freaking out over losing their jobs, over not being able to get meat in the grocery stores, not being able to get hand sanitizer and whatnot, soap, whatever, toilet paper especially. Fucking, he does not want to add to the panic, and any kind of social disorder that would result from it. And I say that's good. That's a good fucking thing. So, yeah, I don't see why he's getting shat on for that. Like, I understand that the people have a right to know how serious something is, but at the same time, when the right to know can result in chaos and levels of anarchy, I think the moral thing to do is to not inform the public. And I know that's probably a hot take for you, but there you go. The Tampa sheriff said it was okay for the pastor to have the service as long as everyone sat 6 feet apart from each other, which everyone obeyed, but the Democrat mayor of Tampa, well, there you go. And Daniel Parker is reciting Toxicity, and I like that song. Trump wants to give hope, the left wants to give despair. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Well, the left wants to give despair so people will rush to socialism as their savior. Socialism is not the savior. I mean, that's the thing. You create a panic in the people, you create desperation, and they'll embrace your solution. How about the mayor of New York threatening to permanently shut down churches who disobey quarantine? Permanently shut down churches? Wait a minute. I thought we had separation of church and state. Christ. So, yeah, fucking, here we go. I mean, it's an excuse to run roughshod and be authoritarian. I say fuck that. And I think, honestly, the only panic buying that I believe is really, really justified at this point, all the people buying up guns and ammo. There's a possibility that you might have to use them, at the very least, to defend yourself and your family and your property. I've got mine. I've got ammo. I've got ammo for mine. And I've said many times before, one of the most important things that you as an American citizen can do right now is to buy a gun and learn how to use it. Or really, the other way around. Learn how to operate and fire a gun and then get one. Because I've seen too many first-time buyers who have no idea what the fuck they're doing go to a range, and I mean they're scanning the fucking crowd. They're stupid. Every example of socialism versus this pandemic proves that socialism fails. Every advancement we made against it was when the private sector entered the fray. Yeah, and you're still seeing it now. I mean, if you're going to have bread lines and whatnot, you're going to run out, and people are going to get pissed. One thing that I'm surprised is still plentiful in stores is fresh produce. A lot of people have bought up like canned goods and whatnot. There's still fresh produce out there. I obviously can't recommend a vegetarian or vegan diet, but if you need food, you need food. And that's something that people need to realize is still in abundant supply that isn't under socialist regimes. Imagine trying to divvy that up to people. Imagine. Had to go to the grocery store today. They have arrows to make aisles one way. They say social distancing, but I think it's to tempt you into buying more stuff. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Take on the media on the MyPillow guy. That's the thing. The MyPillow guy is making masks and shit, and they want to jump all over him just because, oh, it's the MyPillow guy. It's the guy that you see on Fox News commercials all the time. Like, fuck that. The dude is legit trying to do some good. Don't rag on him. Fuck. Jesus. Yeah, people passing over fresh produce for processed garbage. I think people are more wanting to buy canned stuff because, it stays fresher longer. But like, if you need food, if you need to make food that day, why the fuck are you trying to get it out of a damn can? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Canned foods is for long-term storage, not to make that day. Unless, you're lazy and you're like me and you can't eat corn on the cob because you broke off a tooth when you were small and biting into a corn cob risk breaking it again, and then you have to eat, corn off the cob, and then you just eat canned corn. It's because he's Christian? Yeah, probably. Gamers are stocking up on Doritos. Probably because that's another thing that I've noticed. Chip aisle, pretty much empty. Cereal has been pretty well stocked, but lately I've seen a few favorites like Cheerios get gone. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic here. So we might be headed into an economic depression as opposed to a recession. The math right now says roughly 50% of small businesses that are being directly affected by COVID-19 are not going to come back. That they're going to be forced to shut their doors forever. I hope that I don't become a statistic. But if that's the case, then yeah, we could be on our way to a depression. And I really hope it doesn't come to that. But I think there is one solution if it does. And that is manufacturing jobs come back from overseas. They get out of China. They get factories come back to the United States. Jobs. Money. It's very, very simple. I know. But it also screws over China. I'll get to that in a bit. And honestly, I can't help but wonder if we kind of dug our own grave in this regard, where a lot of the jobs that are being lost. I lost my fucking train of thought. Never mind. Never mind, I lost my train of thought. If anything, this makes the case for slashing taxes and lowering the price of entry for small businesses. Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. What you're saying is Trump has murdered the economy. No, I think China murdered the economy. Actually, I think your megacorps had a lot to do with it too. But I mean, that's the thing, though. If you really want to, really the enemy is the coronavirus, the Kung flu, the Kung Pao sicken, Winnie the flu. Really, that's the only thing that you can blame. But if it's enough to bring down titans like Disney to the point where people are worried that Disney might go bankrupt, that's pretty fucking huge. Let's be real. That is giant. But that's the thing. Like people can't work those sorts of. Excuse me. They can't really work those jobs from home. Hospitality stuff, they can't do that from home. Any sort of like tourism, that whole industry is done for right now. It's rough. Restaurants, wait staff is laid off. Anything with some kind of like interpersonal contact, it's done for. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be, but I think the solution, if it does come to that, is basically bring all the manufacturing jobs back to the United States, because that's what you're going to have to do. And yeah, if any corporations take losses on it, well, fuck them. Like, you do what you have to do for the health of the nation. It goes double for the media. Oh, man. I might talk about the media later. I might talk about them later. It's sad I don't actually feel bad for Disney. The employees, sure, but the company itself can go fuck itself as far as I'm concerned. I feel a little bad for them, if only because I've been around Disney pretty much all my life. Selling Disney stock actually financed the down payment for my family's first house. So I guess I'm always going to be sympathetic to them to a degree, but I still want it to be feasible to start a small business in this country. Yeah, it needs to be. The problem that we're noticing now is, at least in screen printing, what I'm doing, we are very dependent on events. If events get canceled, we lose money. We'd already lost a lot of money when the Boy Scouts went under because of a Boy Scout event. And then Elon University closed down, and we'd had a bunch of orders with them for events. And all these other ones that were local too rescheduled or canceled. So we ended up losing almost 6 figures worth of business for the year, which sucks. It's terrible, and I hate it. But that's the thing. Like, we've had to basically move to an online model exclusively just to keep everything going. That's why I'm pushing the coronavirus world tour shirts, because that's what we have to do to survive here. So it's basically finding out what you can do to live. And honestly, like, if we get to a point where people have to start rationing money, they're spending exclusively for needs instead of wants, we're done for. We're done for. So I don't know. This might change the way that small businesses operate in the future. It might. I mean, it might push everyone into an online model as opposed to a brick and mortar. But I don't know. A link to the let me give you a link to the store. So this is it. This is our retail end, Front Porch Apparel Company, and you can join the email list to get updates and offers. And I think there's a coupon that's going out too with every order. But we've got 2 featured shirts at the very bottom of the page. The Coronavirus Pandemic World Tour, of course, and we've got a COVID-19 Emergency Response Team shirt. That one has actually been our best seller. We've done, I think, 3 runs on that now. A lot of people like that one. But yeah, if you want to if you want to hit it up. Buy my stuff. Keep the doors open. Yeah, automating everything. Yeah, well, I mean, we were already on the way to automation as it is. But now I think it might just push us over the edge. I don't know. Oh, Daniel Parker says, my family's DVC. We go to Disney World once a year. Yeah, I was part of it too. If you've never done it before and you're still DVC, go to Bay Lake Tower and go to Top of the World Lounge to watch the fireworks. Whatever they are at Magic Kingdom now. It's not Wishes anymore. I think it's like Happily Ever After or something. Next time you're there, assuming that you could still fucking go, do that, because it's great. It's a great experience. Got any idea when all this quarantining is supposed to end? What do we do after that? I think it's going to end in August at the earliest. I think it's going to be several months. And so my dad's an EMT. He says he doesn't think it's going to quite last that long. He's thinking maybe like June. I don't think so, because my mom is a lab tech, and she is working directly with COVID-19 samples. You know, identifying for positive and whatnot. And she says, she works at LabCorp, by the way. LabCorp's corporate headquarters is in the city where I'm at. She said they're getting so many positives that their freezers, where they store specimens, overflowing. Their protocol was to hold on to any negative samples. They're throwing them out now just for extra storage space. I understand that it's just because more tests are being done. It's not because the numbers are actually like going up. It's all just confirmed. But I think that's going to cause a panic. And when people panic, you know, it does influence the government. And I think they're going to institute, you know, more lockdowns, probably stricter lockdowns, to be perfectly honest. And I think it's going to get much worse. But yeah, I say August. Vaccine won't be out until next year. They start doing human trials in September, from what I'm being told. But I think as far as like being able to leave quarantine, basically August. It is entirely dependent on how COVID-19 reacts to the summer heat. If it's more like a traditional winter virus, like flu and cold and whatnot, and can't withstand heat, then probably have a better chance, and maybe June would be feasible, but I don't know. Stayed at Bay Lake Towers once. We could see the fireworks from our room. Yeah, I'm serious though. Top of the World Lounge is the best place to watch it in all of Magic Kingdom. You don't even have to be in Magic Kingdom for it. Also, the lounge has a it's like a cinnamon toast crunch drink, and it's fucking good. Well, I don't know if they have it anymore. They might have changed the menu like they usually do. But last time I was there, it was an alcoholic beverage. It tasted like cinnamon toast crunch, and it was great. There's already been tests on it that it dies in heat. Well, that's the thing. Like, it could always mutate to survive harsher environments. We just don't know. We don't know. Right now, we know that it dies really early when exposed to, or not, it dies really easily. Its outer shell coating, whatever you want to call it, basically just comes apart and the virus can get killed just by hand washing, using hand sanitizer, that sort of shit. It's easy to kill it in that regard. But again, if it mutates at all over the course of a week, oh, no. I mean, like, okay, there's a distance between now and June. I mean, that's what, 3 months? 2 months. 2 months. So it wouldn't over the course of a week, but I don't know. I can't predict it. Africa's climate's proof virus can't survive in hot climates. There's small cases of COVID-19. Well, that's something. Let's hope. Let's hope. How do you think this will go down in history, and do you think China's fucked after this? Okay, let's move on to the last topic that we had, which was China deserves a fucking reckoning. It's already hitting 90s here. Oh God, don't remind me. China deserves to get fucked over this. We should not be doing business with China anymore. We should sanction the Chinese. The World Health Organization, whoever can investigate them, needs to investigate them, because something is fishy. Something is extremely fucking fishy, and I don't like it, and the Chinese need to pay. They've fudged their numbers. Well, not even fudged. They've completely cooked the fucking books on it. They made everybody think that it was not as bad as it was. I mean, they're the reason why we said, yeah, it's just a flu. It's no different than a flu. We were wrong. I was fucking wrong. I know I said on this podcast before, it's not as infectious as the flu, and its kill rate is less than the flu. I was fucking wrong. It is worse than the flu. Easily. China and their fucking reporting and their fucking numbers are the reason why I think the world response was not serious. They fucked everything. They lied. People died. They need to fucking pay. They need to get fucked. Whoever can investigate China. And that's the thing. China's on the UN Security Council. Who's going to investigate China? So, at this point, I say fucking divest from China. Fuck them. Fuck them. There. That's the closest I can get to a fucking button. Oh, man. But yeah, no. They need to get fucked. BDS on China. Yeah, probably. Probably. But no, seriously, how can we fight against them or punish them when we got groups like the World Health Organization and the United Nations protecting them? Fucking... I don't know. That's why I think we need to just do it ourselves. We need to be a fucking leader, pull fucking corporate interests out of China, stop importing their shit, and fucking move on. Maybe some other countries will follow suit. Maybe. But someone needs to take the initiative, and the U.S. needs to. If Trump invoked the Defense Production Act to mass produce thousands of gallons of chloroquine, could COVID be over by the 4th of July? Depends on how well everybody responds to chloroquine. I know that so far it's been doing really good, but it's not on a mass scale. If it turns out that it doesn't work as well when put to mass production, then I don't know. Leaving the UN probably help. I agree. Fuck the UN. The UN is fucking toothless. They don't fucking do anything. Bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. Recognize Taiwan, tariff sanction. If they complain, make the sanctions cost the same as our debt. Exactly. Fuck that. Demand independence for Hong Kong, because clearly they fucking need it at this point. They need some goddamn liberty. Recognize that Taiwan is true China, and say, fuck the Chinese government. Fuck it. Did you hear about the train engineer who derailed his train so as to try to ram it into the USNS Mercy? He claimed it was being used for nefarious purposes. There was also a dude who was planning to blow up a hospital or something? I don't know. It sounds like a bunch of crazies are coming out of the fucking woodworks. Remember, all this hinges on Trump's re-election. If we lose Trump, nothing changes. That's the thing. Trump needs to get on board with this shit too. I mean, he's been kind of like flip-floppy with the Chinese. He needs to take a fucking firm stance on Xi Jinping and the fucking Chinese government. If he keeps like coddling them when need be, shit ain't gonna get done. He needs to be a fucking hard ass and just say, you know what? Fuck them. Fuck you guys. You screwed up. As a result, the entire world economy crashed. You're responsible for this. Clean the fucking mess up. Meanwhile, we're going to be rebuilding shit without you. Until you fucking figured your shit out, you're not allowed to play with us anymore. Who are these people and why? I have no fucking idea. I don't know who the crazies are. They can't stage a mass shooting now. They have to release their madness in other ways. I guess you know what? I guess that's how they have to get their fucking names in the media now. They have to tie it somehow to coronavirus. The wet markets only exist because the people are fucking starving, so they can't use that to cover up their biolabs without looking like shit. Give Ada Wong back to China. Oh, God. If Trump doesn't win, the U.S. is screwed in general. Oh, God, yeah. What are we going to get? Fucking Joe Biden's VP? Because he ain't going to fucking last. Or Bernie Sanders? Mr. The United States government needs to pay for literally everything. They need to pay for my home. They need to pay for my health care. They need to pay for my pudding. They need to pay to get the pudding out of my arteries so I don't have another heart attack. Yeah, Trump needs to win. So I think that's about all the topics I had for politics. Oh, actually, no. There was one more. Pretty sure they're going to make it Hillary so they can remove him and put it in. I swear to God. They better not be. All right, so let's last one. While we're talking about elections, as a matter of fact, voting by mail. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Jay Leno. So voting by mail is now growing in popularity as like the only way to vote in November. Nancy Pelosi is now on board with it. Is saying Trump needs to get on board with it. Stacey Abrams was the first one to really say, hey, yeah, we need to do voting by mail now. I don't know if you guys know this, but that is the biggest way to commit election fraud ever. And if they're pushing for a voting by mail, then we're fucked. Are we not? How do you think that's going to work out? You've got Democrats wanting to have a mail voting. You've got a pretty tough election for them that they cannot stand to lose. And the single biggest way to fudge votes, to commit voter fraud, and they say that's the most secure way to hold an election right now. Fuck that. Absolutely not. Have the Democrats or Republicans ever been caught in election fraud? Yeah, both of them. Actually, there was one in my state, in North Carolina. It was a Republican who got busted for it, and it was through mail-in ballots. So it just happened in the fucking midterms. It just happened. So no, it's terrible. anybody can fuck with the numbers, Republicans or Democrats. So no, you need to have fucking fair elections. That's not the way to do it. No, fuck that. Jesus Christ. They also want to investigate Trump again. They want to investigate Trump forever. That's all they want to do. That you can sum up the Democratic Party platform in 2 words. Fuck Trump. That's it. That's the platform. The platform is fuck Trump. Anything that he likes, we don't like. It's ridiculous. Patently fucking ridiculous. Like, how the fuck are you going to win when you're trying to court the moderates, the people in the middle who aren't sure how to feel about Trump or about whoever the Democratic nominee is? How are you going to court them when you've got literally a one or the other? You've got one polar extreme, the other polar extreme. Fuck that shit. That's fucking ridiculous. I mean, people are probably going to go with Trump more often now because that's the evil we know, as opposed to the evil we don't know. And to be perfectly fucking honest, like, has Trump's presidency been the nightmare scenario that everyone envisioned? Are we really, really, truly in some kind of a fucking fascist or even fascist-light society since 2016? Have we become that? I don't fucking see it. I absolutely do not fucking see it. The worst things that have happened that the left freaked out about were the fucking ICE raids. That's about it. People being detained. That's about the worst of their, oh my God, Trump is going to go full dictator. Where? Fucking where? I mean, even if you're going to argue that Trump is a failed president, he has not done enough, he hasn't done enough wrong. How has he fucked up the country? The worst things that you can say about him is that he has not been able to get shit passed through Congress. Because you got fucking gridlock there. That's a big reason. That's it. Like, it's really not as bad. So I think the moderates are going to go for Trump in that regard. And the Democrats, they're expecting the vote blue no matter who crowd to outnumber the Trump crowd. It's not going to work. Just because they're getting the numbers on social media does not automatically guarantee that they're going to get the fucking votes. We've seen it with Bernie. We've seen it with Andrew Yang. How many fucking times do they need to figure that shit out? The Libertarians are going to get their 5% and then some just by the DNC being absolute shit. I don't know about that. Maybe the Greens will at this rate because... Well, nah, because, again, you can't go by the social media numbers, even though all the Bernie supporters are saying they're not going to vote for the Democrat. So, I don't know. Have you seen the letter he wrote to Chuck Schumer? No, I have not. Let's see. Anything else? There was one. Waistcoat says, considering how much tension is between the U.S. and China, how long till we get something like World War II or something bigger than the small-scale wars we had lately? Or I guess a World War III. I don't know if China would be as desperate if we divested from them. A war would almost seem inevitable, but I don't know that they would be that desperate to tank everyone's economy again after a global conflict like that. I think it'd be closer to a Cold War than a hot one, but I don't fucking know. I hope we don't fucking go to war with them. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. They got the largest standing army. They don't have the tech that we've got, but they got the manpower. Do you think the virus will keep the extreme Bernie fans from burning down the DNC? No. No. Mm-mm. No. No, they're going to do it anyway. Doesn't matter. He didn't even talk policy in it, but Trump told him he sucks, basically, and if he has any questions, he can call him or the admiral in the coronavirus task force. Good. Fucking good. Tell Chucky to shut up. Well, I'm an hour and 55 minutes into this. Do y'all want me to cover some of entertainment too, or do you just want to like do some Q&A stuff and then have Brainbox take them for overflow? I mean, it's up to you guys at this point. Like, I don't really have anywhere to be until about 9 o'clock. So, we're already in a new Cold War. Trump was just the only one to acknowledge it. Well, yeah, you're not wrong. What is this about an admiral being forced to retire? He sounded the alarm on an aircraft carrier that had had a COVID outbreak, and they relieved him of command. I don't know. I haven't looked into it that much. Now let's keep doing politics. That's the thing. I've covered everything for our politics agenda. I've covered everything, all the topics. I'd rather we quit. Because entertainment isn't nearly as entertaining as a one-man show. Let's be real. The only thing I really wanted to talk about was all of the crazy ass think pieces that games journalists have been pushing out lately. That's about the only thing I really wanted to talk about. Because that's great. I mean, have you seen some of these? Like the one from Laura Kate Dale about Persona 5 like still being offensive. The same person who is bagging on the Persona 5 song in Smash Bros. Ultimate because she thought one of the lyrics said retarded and she was wrong and she got fired from fucking Kotaku for it. Yeah. Looks like consensus is just Q&A stuff. I'll give it another couple of minutes for Q&A things, and then I'll call it. Cause I don't want to take up too much of y'all guys' time. And entertainment is better with Micah anyway, because he's got to talk about Resident Evil 3. So I'll save that for when we can be together again. We might do it like a Sunday or something, like a quarantine stream. I don't fucking know. Let's give shout-outs to the celebrities doing big donations and charities. Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, Amy Adams, and Jennifer Garner. Amy Adams is doing like a story time thing too, isn't she? I think she is for kids. Like reading books to kids. So no, Micah has still not responded to me. I think he's just in a very deep sleep. Apparently Warner Brothers is very confident that the future is sound, especially with HBO Max. Well, I mean, it's a streaming service that they're about to launch with a bunch of people that are stuck indoors and moving to streaming services for their entertainment. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, so I will take I'll take Q&A for probably the next 5 minutes or so. I'll do that, and then I'll let you know when Brainbox can start collecting. Let's see. Let's talk those think pieces. I want to talk about with Micah too, because I know that he loves doing some salt mining as well. Have you read How the Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom? Interesting light novel series. Never heard of it, actually. I might write that down. We need to find a buxom redhead to kiss him away. Somebody call Amy Adams. Okay. Let's see. Is doing a webcomic a good way to start writing comics? I wouldn't, to be perfectly honest. I wouldn't. Webcomics have a very negative reputation. I mean, if you really, really want to, like, go for it, but there's such a stigma there. As soon as you say, oh, I work on a webcomic, like, people will associate you with the shittiest ones out there, even though there's some really, really good ones. Rotcocks is one of them, even though that's basically porn. But I don't know if I'd do it just because of the stigma attached to it. Let's see. How has this virus affected projects from Comicsgate? I'll say this. I'm a little bit unsure about being able to fulfill Inglewood on time. Not because of the print comic itself. That is still on track. It's everything else. We need to get poster material. We need to get adhesive material, so sticker material. And we need to get inks for the printers here. And I mentioned in the overflow that our the people who distribute the ink for our printers, this proprietary. You have to use Epson ink for the printer. They're not producing anything right now, and they're not shipping anything, and their stores are closed, so we can't go get them. So once we're out of ink here, we're basically out, unless we can source it from somewhere else. So it's very possible that the Inglewood shirts, which I have in stock, I've got all the Inglewood shirts ordered. They're here. That's not an issue. So we basically avoided the, some of the manufacturers are not shipping more shirts, which is a thing that's happening. So we've avoided that hurdle. But the problem is just inks. And if worse comes to worse, then I'll have to screen print them. And that is a much longer process, and it has more potential to fuck up. And if it does, then we're going to be screwed. I also don't know about poster material, getting that out, because I know for a fact we need more of that, because we got some on hand. And if the printers here screw up, like right now they're working, but I don't know how long it's going to last for. If they screw up, we'll have to outsource it. And if we have to outsource it, we need to find someone who's still open and someone who is within our budget. Because if we go over budget on this, then we're fucked. And it could take a while. So as far as I know, we're still on target for end of the month to start shipping, but it could change. And that's just for our project. I don't know about anyone else's. Like digital distribution, I think, might be where some people have to go for right now, just to make sure that shit gets out on time. And we've talked about what to do as far as digital comics go, but we'll see. We'll talk more about it if shit starts hitting the fan. Right now, it's fine. Right now, we're good. Have you figured out your favorite Robotech series? No, I still don't know. By the way, my last artist for Luminar and I began our publicity for the comic. See on Twitter and on the comics page and the Discord server. Hey, let's plug that actually. Where is it? Here we go. Oh, whoa. Oh, holy shit, that looks cool. That concept art looks really good, actually. Holy shit. Soon to be on Indiegogo. Okay, so it's not Indiegogo. You know what? I'm still going to plug it anyway. I'll still plug you. So, yeah. Also, Hardworld, I'm gonna bump you up to mod status here too, just because. Keep things, you know, kind of everything, whatever. Anyway, do you like strategy games? I'm not a huge fan of strategy games, but the only strategy game that I really like is chess. That's about it. Like RTS games, I can't do. I can't do them. Can't go to Twitter, but yeah, damn. Yeah. Wish I could show you guys, but I can't into OBS properly. Hat's giving out winches. Entertainment, welcome to Wrench Club. Hey, all right, yeah. Who else wants a wrench? Who else wants one? Why not? I'll give out one more. Who wants one? It's only for the Hatman channel, though. That's the problem. Hat hates Fire Emblem. Okay, hold on. Fire Emblem I do like, and Shining Force I do like, so there's that. Advanced Wars, oh no, I didn't like Advanced Wars that much, to be honest. Alright, let's see. We got 3 people right now. Do I have any dice with me? Yes, I do! Haha! I still have some of my magic decks here. Alright. Actually, is this my, yeah, cool. I do still have that together. I have a Flip Avacyn EDH deck. Avacyn, or Archangel Avacyn, Gitrog Monster, and Keranos Chaos are what I play in EDH. And Keranos Chaos is just that. Pretty much every single card is chaotic. Like Goblin Game is in there, for example. Also, Eye of the Storm and fucking Eye of the Storm, Scrambleverse. What the fuck else is in there? Anyway, let's see. So, Koopa's Wrench Home, Zion, and Angry Green Boss answered the call. So let's see. Let's see. Koopa's Wrench Home, you'll be 1 and 2. Zion, you'll be 3 and 4. Angry Green Boss, you'll be 5 and 6. Fair die. Fair die. 5 and 6. Guess what? Angry Green Boss, you get the wrench. You get Wrench Club. Ha ha ha. Alright. Alright. That's all the wrenches I'm going to give out for tonight. What is in the Keranos Chaos deck? I know I said I'd be gone in like a couple minutes, but for any of you guys who are interested in Magic and whatnot, I'll do this last fucking thing. I've also got a stack of Chaos cards on the back here, including a very fake Time Twister. Yeah. Impulsive Maneuvers, Game of Chaos, Warp World. Oh shit, I forgot I had that. 1,000 Year Storm, Incite War, Embargo. Oh my god. Oh, by the way, the most chaotic card of all, Mountain Goat. I love Mountain Goat. I love Mountain Goat so much. I'm a terrible mod. Well, okay. You don't have to actually mod. You just have a wrench next to your name. But yeah, tag Brainbox with your overflow questions, and I'm gonna flip through some Magic shit. Let's see, what all do I have in here? Only a few of y'all are gonna understand what the fuck we're talking about. So, Back to Basics is in here. Possibility Storm. Oh, that's it. Possibility Storm and Eye of the Storm. Show us my girl Avison. I'll show you Avison in just a second. Blood Moon is in here. Blood Sun is in here. Zur's Weirding is in here. If you don't know what Zur's Weirding is, basically everybody plays with their hands exposed. And if someone draws a card, of course everyone knows what it is. Anybody can pay 2 life to make them ditch that fucking card. It's crazy. Confusion in the Ranks. That one is hilarious. Mana Vortex. Sulfuric Vortex. Mind Moil. Planar Chaos. Stasis. Mystic Remora, Ristic Study because I have to be an asshole. Mana Clash. Manifold Insights. Windfall. Time Spiral. Burning Inquiry. Disrupt Decorum. Goblin Game. Scramble Verse. Some basic stuff like Ponder, Preordain, Opt. Brainstorm, Flusterstorm, Narset's Reversal, Mage's Contest, Chaos Warp. Oh, that's right. I did put Force Will in here. Cursed Totem, Mindlock Orb, Storm Cauldron, Anvil of Bogarden, Mind Slaver, Helm of Awakening, Teferi's Puzzle Box, Time Sifter, Gate to the Ether, Combustible Gear Hulk. Like, it's fucking crazy. I love this deck so much. Everybody else is like, what? Why do you play that? It has no win con. I'm like, the win con is to frustrate the table so much that everyone quits. That's it. That is the win con. No, I didn't sell all my Magic cards. I sold most of them. I did keep a few of my favorite EDH decks. Gitrog Monster is the only one that's really competitive now. Here's your girl Avison there. She is foil. I don't know if you can see it on camera. But she is a foil version. Probably not because I got a matte sleeve on too. Check it out. I can see a little bit of it. Yeah, she's shiny. I actually pulled her out of a Shadows of Innistrad box, believe it or not. So, this one is a little bit more straightforward. Actually, it's more like Innistrad flavor, and then some angels for good measure. Like I've got Emrakul, the Promised End in here, Gisela and Bruna, Handware Garrison and Handware Battlements. Selfless Spirit is in this. Thalia, both Thalias are in here. And then I've just got some good stuff like Helm of Obedience, because Helm of Obedience and Rest in Peace combo well. Oh, here's another one that I pulled. Rings of Brighthearth, because Rings and Basalt Monolith combo, hooray. Also World Slayer, because OG Avison and World Slayer is hilarious. Who's your general for Chaos? It's Keranos. Land Tax also is in here. Faithful Suiting. Descend upon the Sinful. Oh, I got Wheel of Fortune here too. Mana Tithe. Oh. I'll show off my Nahiri also. I did get one of these. I did get one of the War of the Spark Mythic editions. Everything in there is gone except for Nahiri, Jace the Mind Sculptor, and Ugin, I believe. And I think somebody else is wanting to buy Ugin from me. So that's that. But yeah. Do I have to show off Get Good now? I might show off Get Good. Well, yeah, I might show off a little bit Get Good. Why not? May as well. These are the last ones that I got. But Get Good is just competitive. That's all it is. It's literally just a competitive deck. Bunch of expensive fucking lands. Foil Ancient Tomb. Bayou. Legit Bayou. That was the last thing I bought in Wilmington. Let's see. Oh, Cavern of Souls. Yep. Forbidden Orchard. Guy's Cradle, Lake of the Dead. All the fetches that I need. Nurturing Peatland, Prismatic Vista. I guess that is a fetch I need. Ad Nauseum, Crop Rotation, Entomb, Vampiric Tutor, Veil of Summer, which I'm glad is banned everywhere. Demonic Tutor, Finale of Devastation, Imperial Seal, Life from the Loam, Carpet of Flowers, Necropotence, Deathrite Shaman. Is there anything really to show off in here? That's a thing. Chrome Mox. Oh, I can show off a Grim Monolith, I guess. You want to see a Grim Monolith? There's a Mana Crypt coming up, too. Mana Crypt. Oh, Mox Diamond. I told you this was competitive. This is firmly a CDH deck. And it's weird, too, because I hate playing black, to be perfectly honest with you, and I really don't care to play green that much. And yet this is the last competitive deck that I've got. I did have Chainveil Teferi built, but I didn't play with it as much, so I took it apart and sold most of it. Favorite color? White. I do like white. I play blue most often, but white is my favorite color. Because if I was aligned with any color, it'd be white. All right, well, I've gone over about 15 minutes from what I promised you guys, so I guess that's it. Y'all are sending Brainbox your questions, so yeah, I'm sorry that green is the bestest. Hatman hates black. What the hell? I just don't like playing black. I just don't like it. I don't know why. I guess maybe it's because, you know, it's an enemy color for what I would be personally aligned with. But I don't know. Hatman race is confirmed. I totally missed that. Well, shame the Hatman, everybody. Shame the Hatman. Well, yeah, I suppose that's it. Micah still hasn't gotten in touch with me, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, I hope I entertained y'all. There's your designated 2 hours and some change of shenanigans, I suppose. But yeah, I would say, yeah, like and subscribe and whatever, but I mean, I don't really do much on my channel, so I don't know. I don't think I do things very well solo, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I get into fights over Kingdom Hearts. I'm kind of disappointed, too, because I was going to revisit some hot sauces for you guys. I was going to revisit some hot sauces, but apparently we're not doing that because no donation goals or anything right now. But yeah, yeah, I'm glad y'all had a good time. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for sticking around. And until Halloween, of course. Yeah, that's right. I will read Baraska 5 on Halloween. I will do that. I promise you. I guess until next time, or until the Boomer Gorilla wakes up. By the way, keep tweeting at Boomer Gorilla. Keep spamming him on Discord to wake him up. Let him know that he missed out on the podcast, or he missed out on the podcast. Because I guess we'll do entertainment later, or he'll do entertainment at some point, or I don't know. We'll figure something out. But anyway, I am Alex Baldwin, also known as the Hatman, and I've got nothing else to say to you guys, so I guess I'll see you when I see you. Deus Volt.